Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Michael McShane, and I'm a research fellow in education policy studies at the American Enterprise Institute in Washington, D.C. But before my time in the policy world, I worked as a high school English teacher in an inner-city Catholic school on the west side of Montgomery, Alabama. A survey of the research literature on private school voucher programs shows a consistent pattern. School voucher programs are associated with positive, though small, results for participating students, and positive, but also small, results for those students that remain in traditional public schools. In fact, it appears that the harshest criticism of vouchers is that they provide no better or no worse education at substantially less cost than traditional public schools. 10 studies have used the best research methods that we have available to evaluate the efficacy of voucher programs. 7 of them have found positive results in reading or math for some or all of the students participating. 3 found no effect, and none have ever found negative effects. When looking at the students left behind in public schools, 19 different studies have been conducted. 18 have found positive effects, and only 1 has found no benefit. None has ever found negative effects. Now, as I said before, most of these findings have been small. But it's important to note that these voucher programs are not always a true apples-to-apples comparison to traditional public schools. The Milwaukee Parental Choice Program, for example, places the value of a voucher at $6,442, about half of what traditional public schools spend to educate students. The DC Opportunity Scholarship Program, at the time of its evaluation, was capped at $7,500, which is between a third and a half of what DC public schools spend to educate children. Now, I would like to touch briefly on one technical note that comes up a lot in the debates on research over school vouchers. When studying school choice programs, the most important feature of research design is correction for what researchers call selection bias. Selection bias occurs when participants differ in ways that aren't controlled for in experimental evaluation. Put directly, we cannot trust comparisons between voucher students and non-voucher students if we have reason to believe that the students who pursue vouchers are different from students that do not in ways that might affect their performance in school. For example, we might believe that students who pursue vouchers are more motivated, possess more grit or perseverance, or have parents who are more involved in their education. If we don't take that into account when evaluating the program, we run the risk of greatly overstating its benefits. Luckily, school voucher programs have been evaluated in a way to correct for this bias. Because voucher programs have been oversubscribed, that is that more children have signed up for the programs than there are spots, researchers have been able to assign vouchers to students via random lottery. By comparing students who have all entered themselves into a lottery, the only difference between the treatment and the control group is random chance. And as a result, we can have great confidence in the finding of these studies. But I don't doubt that many in this chamber question the amount of value that we put on student test scores. Lord knows I do as well. That's why it's important to look at other indicators of a voucher program to determine its efficacy. Perhaps the most important indicator that's been tracked in evaluating school choice programs has been graduation rates. In today's knowledge-based economy, it is absolutely essential to have a high school diploma, and programs that can increase high school completion are highly sought after. In Washington, D.C., where I live, students offered a voucher under the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program graduated at a rate 12 percentage points higher than their peers that lost the lottery. Those that actually used their vouchers graduated at a rate of 91%, a full 21 points higher than those that lost, and a full 35 percentage points higher than the district's 56% rate during that time period. And these students were not some affluent subset of DC students. In fact, applicants to the program were more likely to participate in the federal free and reduced lunch price program, with 78% of program applicants participating versus 63% of students district-wide, and were almost 98% African American or Hispanic. But in real-world terms, what does that mean? Recently, I had a research report published in Education, Finance, and Policy, one of the nation's top peer-reviewed journals on education finance, that quantified the value of the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program. Students that graduate from high school make more money and thus pay more in taxes, live longer, healthier lives, and are less likely to commit crimes. As a result, a high school diploma has a value to the individual and society writ large of over $430,000. Multiplying that figure by the increased number of graduates that the program created yielded a total benefit of over $183 million, or $2.62 for every dollar taxpayers paid for the program. In short, while not the vast sea change of excellence that some advocates hope for, school vouchers are associated with any number of positive outcomes for students. Similarly, there's absolutely zero evidence that vouchers are in any way harmful, either to the students participating in the program or those that stay behind in the public schools. The return on investment in vouchers is clear, and the opportunities for innovation and creative problem solving are numerous. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm happy to take any questions you might have.
Thank you.